Festival. I mean, everyone was partying, having a great time, and like I said, I got to meet a lot of great people going up to the deck, and then we were up there for about an hour or two afterwards, just saying hello to everybody. And I come on this ship or the cruise as a fan of music. You know what I mean? I'm still, to this day, absolutely, I say to every musician I meet, let's never lose why we started in the first place. I start this as a fan with energy and excitement that's sincere.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I hugged Billy pretty hard on the way out. It was great. Again, we've known each other a long time, and we got to do some great charity events together. I'm a son of a veteran, and I know I've made this with zero politics, zero policy, just a big thank you to our men and women and their families that serve this country and give us the freedom to party here and have a great time.
Yeah, and Billy does a lot of work for veterans as well.
We've done a couple together and had the best time, and it was amazing.
So you're making news. You got a big tour going out again this year. The Party Gras is continuing, but this time with a little twist. I think it's either 6 or 8 special shows where you were going to be joined by your buddy Chris Jansen, Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, of course, Lou Graham, who with Foreigner who with Foreigner have finally been nominated for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so we'll keep our fingers crossed there. And Don Felder. So how did this all come about now? Because you've been doing the Party Gras tour, but now this little expansion and diversion to kind of almost make it like a multi-artist festival.
So here's what it is with the Party Gras. I wanted to make a festival that embraced all kind of music, all kind of artists, everyone being friends, right? And we've done this for years. I did it, and continue to do it with Poison in different looks. But this year's Party Gras, like last year, it started with a phone call. So Chris Jansen and I, who now has the #1 country song right now this week, and it hit last week with All I Need Is You, we did a CMT Crossroads together, and it was as live music as you could get. I said, we know each other's music, let's go out there and just wing it and have a great time. And it was a game changer for them. The energy, the party, everybody, 3-4 generations of fans having fun. But when this started this year, I want people to understand there's 6 to 8 shows with Live Nation at the big their festivals.
Yeah.
And then we have about almost 100, and there's like 150 some shows, but each of them has different lineups. But if you go on there, the lineup we do with Live Nation is Don Felder of the Eagles, who co-wrote Hotel California. I mean, come on. Just a song we may have all heard of a time or two, right? And then he's one of the greatest guys. He's a friend. I called him up. We'd done a couple shows together. And then Dee Snider's born on the same day as me, March 15th. So I called up Dee, who's got more energy. I thought I was crazy energy. I look like an amateur. I was like, this is amateur hour. When he comes out on that stage, he is insane. And what we do is we segue right into the music. So what happens is I'll be in the middle of the end of a Poison hit, and the whole Party Gras is called All Killer Hits, No Filler. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden I'll land on the ground, boom, and Dee goes right into We're Not Gonna Take It, I Wanna Rock, Back to Me, we'll do Nothing But a Good Time. And then we do this with Lou, all of a sudden, boom, I wanna do Hot Blooded, but I know one person can sing it way better than anyone up here. Bring out Lou, 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 and boom, we land in Hot Blooded, Cold as Ice. Yeah. And then of course, Chris Jansen comes up after he plays a full set, and Dawn, they join me, and it's just, I can tell you this, it's a good night in your life. If you like the music that we're playing, music's created for everybody.
Yeah.
But if you love the music, come out, because it is, we meet everybody with beads and bandanas, picks, and people, I say family, or everyone's treated great.
Yeah. And then on April 5th, speaking of family and home and stuff, you're going to go over to PNC Park in your hometown of Pittsburgh to
Yes.
to plug the show that's going to take place.
Thank you for that.
It's going to take place in Burgettstown, which is the local amphitheater there. So that'll be fun.
Star Lake's amazing, and I grew up there, and I know we got some people from the Berg in here, right? And And I'm a sports fanatic. I grew up loving my sports, and like I said, my dad's a veteran. He worked at Armco Steel on Route 8 in Butler, and we. I just got to tell you, when you go back to your hometown like that, it's an insane feeling. Last year, if you get to look at the pictures, there's whatever it was, 18,000 people just Pittsburgh partying. That's all I'm going to say. It was us Yinzers were having a good time.
Well, I love this lineup. So it's Michaels, Jansen, Snyder, Felder, and Graham. Sounds like a law firm. So
it is. Allegedly.
1-800-PARTY-GRAS.
1-800. Call us now if you had way too good of a time. We can kind of get you out of trouble.
So, well, and you're also, you're one of these guys that's kind of delved over to the countryside as well.
Yeah.
And been successful at it.
Thank you.
So you're going to be doing a couple of country festivals as well. I did write it down here. It's in my. Oh, yeah, here we go. The Tortuga Music Festival. That's in Fort Lauderdale, April 5th to the 7th, and then you're going to go over to Wildwood, New Jersey, for the Barefoot Country Fest.
Barefoot Country. It's going to be right there in the
in June 20 to 23rd.
Yep. That's it.
Do you change up your set specifically for that audience, or you still just?
No, we just party, rockin'. We just stay true to who we are. And I got to tell you, you'll find us with the rock fans, the country fans, and the pop fans. But the rock and country fans, so loyal, so awesome. And we just did Carolina Country, 42,000 people, and it was insane. And then I played the first night of the stadium tour, so it's Leopard, Motley, Joan Jett, which was insanely awesome. And then that night I flew in, did Barefoot Country, came back the next day to Miami and jumped right back in. I didn't change none of the set changes. I promise you this, I don't fake my way through it. And if you've seen my show, my energy when I hit this stage is sincere. Yeah. I'm grateful. So I feel blessed to be hanging with.
And how was that stadium? How was that stadium tour with Poison?
It was the best. So this is true. We got the Bret Michaels band bringing the. Thank you, by the way. We got the Bret Michaels band rocking it, and then we're looking, which all the members of the Bret Michaels band of my band, unbelievable musicians, and the same with Poison. We only do live music. That's it. Never done anything else. And such great players. My buddy Pete's here in the band hanging out. And I just want to say this: when we go, they're all fans of Poison. Mm-hmm. So the next thing you know, when we go back, I think in 2025, it's always been, to me, all original Poison. We'll have Cece and Bobby and Ricky and myself and go do another big stadium tour and arena tour in 2025.
Yeah.
Excuse me. 2025.
How do you go about scheduling that? I want this to be a Poison year. No, I want it to be a Bret year. Why do you like to go out on your own? I know some reasons, of course.
Well, I mean, the real reason is we've known each other since we've been in junior high school. Like, we all grew up together in the Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania area. And then, no lie, we went out to Los Angeles, and I would make you laugh. We lived behind the back half of a dry cleaner, right? I'm not making any of this up. This floor would have been much more comfortable than the back half of that dry cleaner. And we slept there, and we never once, we were live without a net. We never once thought about turning around. We had a no victim mentality. We're like, look, we're gonna make this rock. And we had each other's back. I wouldn't be here without Bobby or Ricky or Cece. And then as you go along, we've been together a long time, still great friends. If anyone saw the stadium tour, that energy was a party. And you're out there with Def Leppard and Motley and Joan. I mean, you're talking the A+ awesomeness, right? And we just came out and brought it. And thank you. That was very nice of you. I appreciate it, man, for real. Thank you, for real.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So now, like I said, how do you say this is?
Oh, I forgot what the question was. Halfway through it, I drifted. Ooh, all right, we're bringing the ship back. We're gonna write it. Here we go. So for me, what it is, we do about a couple years solo, and then we'll go out and do 35 or 40 dates with Poison, and do, we set it up, we schedule it. And in the meantime, my love of music, if I if anyone's around me or is anywhere near my room, we have the guitars up there, always playing music. And for me, I say this as a type 1 diabetic, it's healing. For me, it is. You know what I'm saying? I say music is awesome. And it is. I need it. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, and I imagine on your own, you're obviously able to stretch out a little bit more. And
sure.
You know, like last night we saw her doing Sweet Home Alabama. We brought the Collective Soul guys on stage,
which were great. And how about Collective Soul? I mean, seriously, their harmony. We have a 3-part harmony. We had like a 62-part harmony going on last. Their voices are unbelievable. And you know what's great? Great people. You know what I mean? That's, I'll tell you, you can go on a cruise like this and have a great time, but when you're around all of us here in this room together having fun, and you mix it with the musicians, everyone I've run into, even though they're friends,
yeah,
they make you feel good. And then last night, no egos, no attitude, and that's what I try to set with the Party World Tour.
Right. And you came out the other night
with Sammy.
Catch with Sammy, yeah.
Right, I didn't mean to jump ahead of you. Seeing it's kicking in my excitement. My legs are going and great. But yeah, coming out with Sammy and Rick Springfield. I mean, just, you know what I mean. What a good, and Michael Anthony, Vic, Jason. You're talking about amazing musicians, but Sammy and me have been friends a long time, and you can get some great drunken pictures of us when he was down at my ranch in Arizona. That was supposed to be like an hour-long show for his great show, and next thing I know, we were drinking, and I have a Baja go-kart. And if you watch this, it's the first time in history, we made music history. I said, let's just do this. We strapped Pete over the engine, so if it went bad, we lost Pete. Right, so if it went down and it was hot, we lost it. You know, we lost Pete. But Sammy and me, and I got the harmonica, and I'm driving, and I'm jamming the harmonica, singing, and he's playing guitar, and we did Your Mama Don't Dance, and we almost, unfortunately and funny, it was funny when you're feeling good, a couple of his crew guys kept getting off the thing. They're driving the golf cart in front of us really fast, and they get off, and I'm like, whoop, I think we lost someone. Hold on, wait, don't miss a beat on this song. But we played it live on a Baja cart driving around the property. It was ridiculous, but it was funny. You can watch it. You'll laugh hard.
And like Hagar and Michael Anthony, you're a car guy. You've had your share of classic cars over the years. I know you sold a few.
Yes.
I don't know if you've added to your collection.
Always adding. We do it for charity. Again, we go down to Barrett Jackson, and I'm a big motorcycle and car enthusiast. Like, since I've been a kid, I grew up outside, like I said, Pittsburgh and Harrisburg, and in York they do put together the final parts of the bike for the Harley Davidsons, and I would go down and dream about it standing outside that fence, and the first 2 pennies I could rub together, I bought a Harley Davidson Y-Glide. I didn't think it through because I didn't know how to get the equipment anywhere, but it looked badass. It was a great bike, and so I threw some saddlebags on it. That didn't really help. I forgot I need to bring some insulin with me, so I eventually figured it out, slowly but surely. And but yeah, and then muscle cars, just I love them and get to work on them. If anyone watched the Rock My RV show, I'm fairly somewhat handy working on if anyone has a mechanical issue not on the ship, I can help you.
Yeah, I remember you.
If you broke down along the road, I can help you get it going again.
Handy around the house too. I mean, I remember you did a DIY project around your yard.
DUI. Did a couple of those too.
Speaking of the reality.
Having fun. This is a good day. Thank you. How's everyone up there, by the way? I see everyone good? All right.
I gotta tell you,
the party floor.
We've really filled this theater the last 2 days with the Q&A, so thank you for supporting this. This is wonderful.
Yep.
But you mentioned the RV show, and of course, Celebrity Apprentice that you won. I used to watch that show.
Thank you.
I got a kick out of that. But how much of those types of shows, talk about the impact they've had on your career? Was it a good experience all around?
So when you're doing reality TV, I said if anyone has seen my acting, real acting, I'm not going to put De Niro out of work. That's all I'm going to say. It's awful. I tried that a couple times and things, and it was, no, I'm not kidding you, it was awful. But if you put me in reality here hanging out, I'm great in reality. So when we did, the first one was Nashville Star with Leanne Rimes. She was great. I said, let it rip. Let's hear the artist. If there's one thing I can tell you is I'm there to encourage them. Even if they're having a bad night, I've been there plenty. You encourage people, you give them hope, you tell them you believe in them, and it brings out the best, right? And then those reality shows, when we got to Celebrity Apprentice, we were in the middle of filming the third or fourth season, I think the third season of Rock of Love, right? And it was, you want to talk about crazy dating show. The girls were the stars on that. I just pulled up in the Harley and I said, let's just party. I don't know if we're going to find love, but we will find something. And if you add some adult beverage, it was a good time. That's all. It was and it's still their #1 rated show. We did 3 or 4 years of that. But then I said, I need to show people I didn't get here by being lucky. It's hard work, right? And you know this as much as any of us in here. When you hit this stage, and I'm going to segue back eventually, I'm drifting a minute. When you hit the stage, if you see how excited I am, the reason for that is the amount of moving parts that go into making a show work. Last night, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't want to make anyone hold up at the band. I think it was Jeff Tate, who's great, by the way. I think Jeff was finishing, and we were running technically behind, so I had everyone go out, meet everybody that was out front, tell them we love them, we're going to bring a big show. But here's the thing, when you play live music, you don't have a chance to hit a button and it's already a mix. You want to make sure that if you've come on this ship, that the fans that are here, it sounds great, and even if it takes a few extra minutes, it's not out of ego, it's wanting to make it sound great. And then that segues into the same effort I make with reality TV. Just going in there and Apprentice and all that stuff, just make it the best I can make it, or don't do it. Meaning, if I can't give it 1,000%, there's some of those shows that have been asked to do, and I'm just like, that's not my forte. I wouldn't do the viewers or myself or the network any good. And a couple, you just have to, as much as you want to do, you got to walk away. But I hope that makes sense. Not you want to walk away, but you want to make it awesome.
Right. And your daughter obviously is not camera shy. She's an ESPN sideline reporter for San Diego Series.
She is. So I have 2 daughters, Rain Elizabeth and Georgia Blue. And I got to say this as a dad. First of all, they had to put up with me, but I want to say this: I love being a dad. You know, when they were, thank you. And when they were born, you know, we have a ranch, go-karts, all this other stuff. Couple that Sammy didn't wreck, still running. And it was, but honestly, they learned to ride karts and have fun and work hard, but at the same time have a great time. And now my youngest daughter it just finished. She's going to school and opening up a whole bunch of these salons. Georgia is, and Rain's a commentator for ESPN Sports. Yeah. And thank you, sincerely. Thank you.
Not to mention a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. How you doing?
I was going to leave that part out. As a dad, it's a shaky area because I loved all that right up until my daughter was in it, and I'm like, I was in an awkward situation. And we're like, Rain, I love you. I'm not gonna. She did her big win in Miami, and I said, I'll come down as security, but I'm setting out in the parking lot. Right, I'm gonna be your dad, and I'm gonna support you. But you all go in and have a good time. And then I realized that God had given me some comeuppance. It happened, right?
I remember covering some Aerosmith press conference, and somebody asked Tyler about his daughter Liv, and he goes, I know, she's hot, I know it. So, anyway, we got to wrap this up. But
Bret, you're the best. Get off the stage.
No, well, you have to get ready for a show.
But we got a meet and greet. We're going to meet him.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. If you guys want to come over there, we'll get some great pictures. It'll be awesome.
But something near and dear to your heart, I wanted you, if you would be kind enough to say a few words about your Love Rocks Foundation.
Absolutely.
And the work that you do.
Thank you. So with the Life Rocks Foundation, I just want to say this. Since I was born, and I'm giving my parents total credit for this, I've been diagnosed with diabetes when I was the age of 6. Right before we came on here, I keep the glucose monitor on my arm. I'm hoping it's still stuck in there, and lets me know I'm ticking. And I do the 5-6 injections a day, and it's a balance. But I chose this. I'm giving my parents full credit. My mom opened up the first diabetic camp with my dad in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Still going to this day. We send tons of kids through all the stuff that we do. It's a Life Rocks Foundation, dollar in, dollar out. There's no expenses. Every penny we collect goes to sending all the kids to diabetic camp, our veterans, animals, we take care of the pets. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And I give my parents credit. They taught me, work hard, don't be a victim. They always said this. My dad, he said, I'll leave it at this. Don't be a victim, enjoy your life. He said, be victorious, man. Find a way to get it done. And he goes, you're gonna hit some big adversity, but he goes along the way, kick that wall down and just keep on rocking.
All right, well,
real.
He's going to get it done again today on the deck stage at 5 o'clock.